Ladies and gentlemen, Gek, Korvax, and Viking, we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you this important message.
And when we ship the game, not everything will be possible, but this is a game I think we're going to be making for quite a while.
Let's do that again.
When we ship the game, and when we ship the game, not everything will be possible, but this is a game I think we're going to be making for quite a while.
One more time.
And when we ship the game, not everything will be possible, but this is a game I think we're going to be making for quite a while, you know, even after it comes out.
Let's hear that again.
And when we ship the game, not everything will be possible.
What?
And when we ship the game, not everything will be possible.
Wait, what'd you say?
And when we ship the game, not everything will be possible.
One more time, Sean. I'm just not getting it.
And when we ship the game, not everything will be possible. And when we ship the game, not everything will be possible, but this is a game I think we're going to be making for quite a while, you know, even after it comes out.
What's going on, Cobras? You have landed on Cobra TV, the only galactic radio station in the Euclid Galaxy.
You have these people that are going to be able to buy this game on Xbox, and they are being actively driven away by people who haven't played this game in the last year. They're going off of this whole idea that, like, Sean Murray lied in 2016, and they're still using that to steer people away from No Man's Sky. And it's an unfair criticism. We have to be louder than the people that are talking about 2016 and driving away potential, you know, new members of our community in the Xbox crowd for something that, one, wasn't true then and is especially no longer true.
Good morning, travelers, interlopers, traders, and farmers, explorers, bounty hunters, pirates, and you strange glowing entities out there. Viking, Korvax, and Gek. Yes, you strange, smelly Gek. Ugh. May the Atlas allow my voice to fall upon every strange ear, and that this space transmission reaches every galaxy and dimension. Tonight, or this morning, we are broadcasting from the Euclid Galaxy, somewhere deep in space. This is the morning show on Cobra TV. Call in today and let's make contact.
Hello to everyone watching. This is Gold and Silver. I'm likely in chapel, who knows? Just leaving a message to the No Man's Sky Cobra TV community. Just thanking you all for being so lovely. You're half the game for me and a joy to be amongst, so thank you all. A special shout out, thank you must go to typing on a keyboard whilst on a Skype call guy, which no subcast will be the same without. Okay, bye bye.
Such an amazing, amazing voice there. Gold and Silver calling into the leave a message, the speak pipe that we've got, where you can call and leave a message and get on the show, whether even if you can't call in, or if you have something cool you want to say, or something awesome you want to say, like if you want to say something strange and weird and get into one of the intros that we did, like with the Drunken Taco with the Great Reset. We have another one here from Snow Obsidian.
May the Guardians watch over us all. May they watch over us through the Great Reset.
Now, Snow Obsidian, I don't know if you're trying to, but you sound strangely familiar. You sound like Tyler Durden. Let's hear that one more time. Tyler Durden. Think Tyler Durden.
May the Guardians watch over us all. May they watch over us through the Great Reset.
I'm calling Tyler Durden on that one. Tyler freaking Durden from Fight Club. Thank you, Gold and Silver, and thank you, Snow Obsidian, for calling into the speaker pipe, leaving a message there. Or not calling in, but leaving a message on speaker pipe and then sharing it to me on Twitter. If you'd like to do that, guys, you can add me on Twitter at XXXCobra and follow me there. Use the link for the speaker pipe that I got all over my Twitter. It's plastered all over the place. I've been retweeting it like crazy. Follow me over there and just, record a quick message. You can make it as long as you want, as short as you want, and then use the share options down at the bottom. You could even, if you use like Facebook, you could even go and switch it from just tweeting it in public. You could actually go and use a drop-down box and use direct message and things like that. So I want to thank the two that did call in, Snow Obsidian and Gold and Silver. Man, Gold and Silver, both of you guys got great voices. Both of you. One sounds like he's trying to hypnotize me and with his charm, and the other one sounds like he's trying to get me to join a fight club or Project Mayhem. Oops, not supposed to talk about it. All right. Anyways, guys, we are going to be doing the live show every day. That's right. I'm getting myself in trouble here. We're going to be going live every single day. Every day, because there's so much to talk about. And I've got a couple more videos. They're almost done. One's about Ganesh, the city that's the big, gigantic, interactive city that's going to be in Beyond Good and Evil 2. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. I can't wait to tell you about it. But I got that and a couple of others. I do want to say, hey guys, what's up? Listen to this. I have had, there's a particular individual on YouTube who yes, Golden Silver. Golden Silver says, yes, Cobra, my voice is like a sip of drinking God's divine elixir. Awesome, buddy. Oh, JC Rules, Jacob, the guy that has the name that starts with an N and then there's a G that follows it. I don't know how to pronounce that, but big shout out to you, buddy. How you doing? Explorer, Easy G, what's going on, guys? Liberty, Lip Freedom, you guys and your names. Okay. Big shout out to everybody that came out to the show today. We're going to be talking about several things. I'm going to go ahead and tell you what those are. And then I want to tell you about some cool news, something that I'm really excited about. That's not No Man's Sky related, but I'm going to be uploading it here in a couple days. But anyways, we're going to talk about the update today. We're going to talk about what I mean whenever I say the word hater. Okay? We're going to talk about ignorance from some of those people. And we're going to talk about the fake media. We're going to talk about bandwagoners. And we're going to talk about 505 and the text. We're also going to be talking about WARE. WARE. Oh my gosh, WARE. We're going to be talking about their $1,000 check and their dev kits. We're going to be talking about, the marketing for No Man's Sky. It's being launched on a scale the same, if not bigger than what we went through when it released on PS4 and PC. It's going to be released on Wii Game, and it's going to be released on Xbox. So we're talking the same type of event as the PC and PS4, except there's different circumstances this time. People, there's a different crowd of people that No Man's Sky is awaiting, or that the people are waiting No Man's Sky or whatever. I messed that up. So there's some little bit of confusion on my part with WARE and the marketing for 505 games. And it's a concern of mine. And I'm going to be bringing up these topics tonight as well. And tonight, when I bring them up, we're going to be bringing them up a little bit more in depth. Only because tonight's going to be a longer show. This show is going to be about an hour long. So at about 12 o'clock, we're going to go ahead and get off the call, off the show here. And then I got to go get a new to me car put in my name. A new to me car put in my name. Because my Honda Accord, its 3-year lease is up. And they are charging me an arm and a leg because of the mileage that I put on my car. And I've only driven it to work and back. So I'm going to go get a new to me car. Oh, we got a donation from Sword. Thank you so much. Get those dishes done. Cuzwald got a donation from Cuzwald. Cobra, you made my week, dude. How, Cuz? How did I do that? Hashtag Sword AH and hashtag Cuz in the chat. You guys are Cobros. Everybody's Cobros, but hashtag those Cobros. Okay. And Cobrettes. I know there's a couple Cobrettes in the chat. And if you don't like that name, maybe, help me think of a different one. I don't know. Okay, so we're going to be talking about all of those things I just mentioned today. And we're going to be running through them kind of quick because we've got an hour. But tonight's probably going to be about a 3-hour stream like we normally do. 2 to 3 hours, 2.5 to 3 hours, something like that. But we're going to go over those topics again, but more in depth. I do want to, okay, I want to tell you my good news. You guys might not think it's good news. It's good news for me. It's good news for me, and I'm happy, and I'm going to upload it, okay? There's an individual on YouTube that I have followed for years. He's a game developer, but he's not just a game developer. He's an animator. He's not just an animator. He's also a musician. He's not just a musician, but he's a writer. I'm probably leaving something out. Yes, I am. He's also a sound effects engineer. And so this guy, excuse me, he's making a game, and it's a passion project for him. Tomcat, how you doing, buddy? Tomcat says, hi, Cobra. Hope you had a great week. Emailed you some fan art. Hope you got it. I just did, yes. As soon as I got home, I checked my email. Got it, dude. Thank you so much, buddy. Amazing fan art. And we'll probably feature that tonight on the live show, on tonight's live show. Because I don't have anything set up at the moment. I raced home, got on here. But, yeah, I got a busy day. Got to go get my car put in my name. My new to me car. It's a 2005 Hyundai Tiburon GT 6-speed, and it's yellow, and it's got a rust spot. So I'm going to name it Rust Bucket. But other than that, it's in great shape. But it's got a rust spot. But it's a babe magnet. My wife's jealous. But anyways, guys. Okay, so this guy that's on YouTube, he's making a game, and I played it a long time ago on the channel. Long time ago. And this game it's an open world, do whatever you want game. He actually doesn't refer to it as a game. He says that it's not a game, and that's why it's free. Okay, it's free. He said it'll always be free. He'll never charge for it. And this guy codes on this game for 24 hours a day sometimes, man. If you go to his YouTube channel, he's always streaming live, and he's such a weird individual. Weird, and he's got a potty mouth. So if you guys are trying to avoid that, which you got to hear what I sound like when I'm not live. But this guy, he's a strange individual. Strange. But I love him because he's so creative. And so he's making a game called Zerahept. Hept. I don't know. He loves making names for things that I can't pronounce, like his name, Saoirse. I think that's how you pronounce it, Saoirse. But anyways, I got a chance to interview him, and it was a great talk. And this guy, I can sit there and listen to this guy's music all day. So just type in S-Y-R-S-A. S-Y-R-S-A. Just type that in YouTube. He'll pop right up. And he's got tons of stuff. And a lot of his followers have uploaded some of his content from his old channel. So that's why you're going to see a lot of his stuff from different people. But Saoirse is an amazing individual. I've got so much respect for this guy. So much. And so I'm going to be uploading that. I'm talking about it too much. I am. I'm sorry. All right. I'm going to move on. I'm just going to upload it, and you guys can watch it if you want. If you don't, then it's going to be there. And Tomcat says, Rust spots give a car some character. Yeah, that's definitely right. Wait, who, Gold and Silver, who does charity work for building water wells for the poor in India? Who does that? Cross the fire. Gotta go to bed. Have a good day, everyone. Cheers, Cobra. We'll watch when I wake up. Okay, bud. Might be streaming when you wake up again. We might be streaming it all over again. Okay. So I'm going to need you guys to call in because I'm not going to be making any statements. These are just like things that are on my mind and I want to talk about them. I want to bring them out into the open and kind of, get your opinion on some of these topics. So if you want to come on the show, please come on the show and, just add me on Skype, LpoLi1622. That's LpoLi1622 on Skype. And, I'll drag you on the show. Just send me the number 1. And I'll drag you on the show kicking and screaming, and we could talk about some of these topics. Hit the like button. See the Gold and Silver. No, Gold and Silver. I don't think you ever responded back about the who's building wells in China for the poor, or India. Who's building water wells in India for the poor? Saoirse? Really? Oh, man, don't say that, because if that's true, then I'm just going to have so much more respect for the guy. I love Saoirse. He's amazing. He's amazing. I can't wait to get this interview online. All right. So, but if you do happen to go to his YouTube channel, tell him Cobra TV sent you and give him a warm welcome. This guy's amazing. Amazing. Okay. So, all right. What are we going to talk about first on this list? Let's see. What do we have here to chat about? I can't get my notepad to move. All right, it's moving. Okay, so my last video, there's a couple of things I want to talk about, and this kind of almost encompasses every single thing that I wanted to talk about today. All those little bullet points that I just mentioned at the beginning. Kind of fits into one topic, and that's the video that I uploaded, the relaunch. This is this bigger than we think. All right, now that looks like that video got posted somewhere, maybe on Reddit or something like that. Okay, so first let me go ahead and talk about the word haters. When I use hater, all right, I don't know if it's just because of the gravity that, when I upload a video about No Man's Sky, it's pretty visible. And let's see. How you doing, guys? So I think, I don't know if I get a lot more of the what I call haters than you guys do, or if you guys are seeing it, but maybe you're not seeing it. Okay. But I'm seeing a lot of it. And I'm deleting a lot of it because sometimes they're insulting other people that are commenting, or sometimes they're talking down on people for, what they said about No Man's Sky. And what I mean by haters, I mean people that are coming out and attacking and trying to bully. They're not doing a very good job at it. But they are talking down to people, saying, I don't want to say some of the things, but they're degrading people for their opinion on liking No Man's Sky. A lot of people are saying pretty disgusting things to me, and I delete them. Right. So when I say haters, I'm talking about those people who actively search out No Man's Sky content to attack people for uploading stuff No Man's Sky related. If you dislike the game, if you have major criticisms for the game, you are more than welcome to comment on my YouTube channel on any vid telling me your opinion, giving a review of how you feel, even if it's not something that I agree with. I'm going to leave your comment there. But if it's attacking, if it's degrading, if it's trying to just, one of the things I don't like is people saying that can I drop a link on a fundraiser that a No Man's Sky community, the Convergence, is doing this week can make a difference. Wait, what? Hold on, I can't read this. Water crisis in the world. We can make a difference. I don't know if you could tweet. I'm not in YouTube. I don't know if I can tweet it at me, and then I'll retweet it. I don't know if it probably won't let you put the link in the chat, and I'm not actually on YouTube at the moment. I'm doing this off from the OBS. If I open up a screen, it's probably going to start dropping frames and making it buffer for everybody. So, okay, that's what I mean by when I say hater. So when I say hater, I'm not talking about someone who has an opinion about No Man's Sky who dislikes it. Okay, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people who come by and say that, I'm not going to curse here on the show. Don't worry, I'm not one of those PC people, right? I curse like a sailor when I'm not on this show, dude. But I know that there's a lot of little kids that watch this show, and I just want to kind of make it enjoyable for everybody. And never mind. All right. But they'll come by and they'll say that they can't support someone. I'm just going to try and clean this up because I support a liar. You can't trust anything that I say. Just those are the clean comments. All right. Those are the clean comments. And all the people that are spreading lie, Shamar this and that. And, without even having evidence, without even playing the game, giving reviews who never even touched it. That's just wrong. You don't do that. But when I say haters, I'm talking about those people, not the people who dislike it. All right, there. I said that. We're gonna push that out of the way. I've got that out of the way. So, all right. Let me see here. We're going to save a couple of these for tonight. We're going to save like ignorance and fake media and bandwagoners for tonight. I do want to talk about, let's talk about WARE real quick. I want to talk about WARE. We're going to bring this up again tonight too. Hi, Murph. How you doing, buddy? Panda Poopy is in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say a few things about WARE, and then I'm going to check Skype and see if anybody wants to come on the show. And yes, we got a couple of people that want to come on the show. Cool. Okay. So TJ, I see you there. And JC Rules, I see you, bud. And I'm going to get you guys on the show here just a quick second. I want to go ahead and bring up the WARE thing so that I can, get your opinion on WARE. And this is going to tie in with 505 games too. So let me start with 505 games. And we'll lead into WARE. Man, these all just... I'll go into these better tonight. Okay, so also that relaunch video is this bigger than we think. I'm talking about the numbers. I'm not talking about how big this update's going to be. I'm not talking about how amazing this update's going to be. I'm talking about the numbers, how big the release. Did I say well, yeah, how big this release is going to be, this relaunch, okay? How big it's going to be as far as numbers, as far as potential consumers, platforms, and things like that. It's going to be big. How, this is big, okay? So that's what I meant by big. With that, I'm a little bit worried. I'm pretty worried that we could be walking right into the fire. And I know this is Hello Games that has to deal with this and not us. But the simple fact is, when we had the first launch blow up in our face, we had to deal with that on our streams. I'm sure you remember that. We had to deal with that on our streams. So I feel I'm scared that we might be heading into the flames again. And here's why. My point in that is this bigger than we think, the relaunch video that I did. My point in that video is that 505 Games is using the same text that was being used at the first launch, talking about the center, that there's something there, talking about how animals are limitless. You'll never see another animal that another person has ever seen. That text is also talking about orbiting planets and things like that. Okay, so if they don't, I don't know why they're using that text. This could be a big positive. It could be that Hello Games has added a lot of that stuff. They've revamped it to their vision of that text. I don't know. But if they didn't, I'm fine with that. You know what I mean? If they didn't, I'm fine with that. I don't need orbiting planets. I'm fine in Euclid. I don't want to go to the center. Okay, and I don't want this to blow up in our face again. And 505 Games is using that text. I just don't. I'm already seeing a surge of a lot of the people coming by my channel, and I've already been deleting a lot of rude comments, not criticism. You can criticize all you want. Just leave it there and comment. I don't care. It creates conversation. I know it's flavor text, Raymond Pelt. Not really. Some of it is not really. No. There's still claims, buddy. There's still claims in the text. It's not flavor text. Now, the orbiting part, yes, I can see it's flavor text. Yeah. And the irresistible pulse draws you to the center. The animals also is not flavor text. And it doesn't matter, Raymond. It doesn't matter. Look what they did the first time around, bro. If it's not that way, then 505 Games, I beg them, rewrite that darn advertisement. Don't just copy and paste from what was already published. Rewrite it. Come on, please. Just rewrite it, 505. So that's a big concern of mine. I mean, it's a big concern. With that, brings me right into WARE. And WARE brings me into Waking Titan. So WARE is definitely confusing to me. Wow, is that confusing? Because you have, I know what it is. It's Waking Titan. It's fiction. It really is. It's fiction. But what they're trying to do is they're getting a lot of people together to create these fake game trailers. They're getting people to make fake, websites and things like that. And there's a lot of that going around. Like a lot of you guys have seen a lot of people sharing some of Saoirse's work. And Saoirse, who did all that work for, what was it? I can't remember the name of it right now at the top of my head. Something of Venture Unknown. He's going to be coming on the show tonight and talking about how funny it's been that it got out of control to where people were sharing his stuff, and he's even trying to say, "Hey, I'm not part of it." And people, there's some people that aren't believing him. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are, buddy. So you got Waking Titan is going, but how many of you can agree that this Waking Titan seems so weak compared to the first time around? It's almost like, when something updates or something like that, I find myself going, got to make a video. Yeah, it just doesn't seem like it's that important. I could probably wait for 5-10 more things to happen to have a really good chance to make a video about this. It's just, it just seems weak. But at the same time, it seems, I don't say weak. I shouldn't say weak. It seems quieter. So that's a better word. It seems a lot quieter. And, but what's strong about it is this WARE thing, how it's bleeding reality or blending reality and this fiction world together to where, once you think, okay, yeah, these are fictitious games, they're doing this for that, but then the site is actually asking you to send the survey to real developers. I mean, even if they're going on to the assumption that we're going to say to ourselves, oh, they don't mean real developers. They just want us to share it out with our friends. But how many people out there do you think are going to send it to another developer? And then when that happens, what's that developer going to think? It's like, what are you sending me? What is this? And it just seems really strange, man. Just really does. A developer kit, are they really going to send something? Are they really going to send out $1,000 check? I think they are. I think that they don't they have to? Kind of. I don't know. I don't know the laws on prizes and things like that. So you got that. This it leads me into Xbox. I had a caller on our last live stream. He called in. He's an Xbox One player. He wants to play the game, and he's seen these things about the Atlas passes being sent in the mail. So he typed, how do I get an Atlas pass in YouTube? And like a million how-to videos of how to get Atlas passes in the game, level 1, level 2, level 3. He's like, I don't understand. How do I get this sent to my mailbox? So that's a little bit confusing to a gigantic market, a whole new console of players who have no idea what's going on. And how many people are in our No Man's Sky community, right, who play the game every day, who barely know what's going on with Waking Titan, and they don't care. A lot of people don't care. And I think that's where a lot of people are getting to right now. They just don't care. And the ones that do are just like, I don't get it. I just don't get it. So imagine you're an Xbox player, pre-ordered it, and you just don't understand any of this that's happening. And there's these things that are being sent in the mail that you're not part of. You're not going to get an Atlas pass. It's this launch that's going to be on Xbox and Wii game. You guys aren't getting an Atlas pass. And it just seems strange to me that that the whole entire potential community is they're not going to get, they don't have a chance to get one of these. And now here they are being dragged into this WARE, and they just have no idea what's going on. They are completely lost. They're lost a heck of a lot more. Even if they know it's an ARG, they're completely lost. And then my concern with the WARE is that it's actually going to step in front of potential advertising from 505 Games to try and market this game. I feel like that's the biggest thing that happened with the first one. It wasn't enough marketing. There was a lot of there were interviews here and there like that, but there wasn't a whole lot of marketing for No Man's Sky. Hardly anybody knew what it was. And so I'm afraid that with the 505 Games text, the ARG getting in the way of actually advertising for this game, because they could make a trailer with the current footage of the game, but that's not going to sell the game to Xbox One players, because there is millions of years worth of footage on YouTube that does that. That's the biggest advertisement right there. Once you see a trailer, you're going to want to see what the game looks like. So they need to advertise what's in next. There needs to be a trailer that they don't have to tell us everything, but they need to have a trailer that advertises what's next and get these Xbox One players on board, because Xbox One players, if they're already got their mind up that they don't like what they see, then they're not going to get it. They're not going to buy No Man's Sky, because they can already see what they're getting currently, and their minds are made up. Yes, next is going to change the game, and they know that. They know that there's going to be a big update, but they don't know what it is. I just feel like the ARG is going to get in the way of marketing for this game. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too worried. Maybe I just want to see marketing finally for this game instead of the last 2 weeks before it gets released. We're going to go ahead and take some calls. We're going to add JC Rules to the call, and then we're going to add Panda, TJ.
what's up?
JC Rules. What's going on, dude? How you doing, man?
Hey, what's up?
It's good to have you on the show, finally.
Yeah, finally, man. As always, most people see me online, or my twin brother, You Are Godsmacked.
Yeah,
so
dude.
We're big No Man's Sky fans, and we really try to be active in the community. So
you guys
it's really
are.
nice to be on the show for the first time. Yeah.
Hey, man,
From the Netherlands.
It's an honor to have you on the show. I love it when you guys have something you want to share. Like, I'll turn around and I'll have like 20 emails, 50 text messages on Twitter. It's just like, don't stop.
You're always a busy guy. You say you get a lot of emails, so we just bombard you with emails, and we just hope that you'll see at least one of them.
Don't stop. I love it, actually. It's amazing. Every time I see it, it brings a smile to my face.
I know you're a busy guy. You work a lot, so yeah.
Yeah, definitely, man. So what brings you on the show today? Did you want to speak about any of the topics I had already brought up, or something new?
First, I just love the ARG. Sometimes I feel it's a bit difficult, because I'm a bit of a noob. I try to follow it, and I made the spinning disc with the letters, and I try to follow everything, but sometimes it's a bit difficult. But right now I really don't know. I really hope that some things that they are showing on the sites, of Waking Titan, I really hope we can see some of those things back in the game. But
right.
I know the game will rock when it comes out next, and I really hope that. I know there are some negative guys from the Xbox community, not all of them, but I really hope when next comes, that the game says it all, that it will prove itself, and everybody will see that this is an awesome game. I love the game, and my brother also, he loves the game. We're really big fans, and I also am really curious about the No Man's Sky Con.
We're gonna have it in June sometime, probably around the middle of June.
Yeah, because I know my brother and I are working on a tribute video. I think it's a bit done, so I really don't hope that next comes before June, because I kept the video, but I have some problems with my computer, so I made a final save, and I hope that it will be good like this. So I made a few backups, but we are really big fans of the community, and we just made like a bit of a tribute in our own way. So I hope people will enjoy it. So, but I will send it to you when on an MP4 format, and I'm also putting it on YouTube as a backup. So
okay.
I
sounds
can't
good, man.
So I also hope that a lot of people will be active for this con, that they will make their little pieces of art or a cool message or something. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Very awesome. I see PolPC in the chat saying, I think they're going to let No Man's Sky Next speak for itself on Xbox. Well, I thought about that too. But how many times, I don't know if you've had to do this, PolPC, but I've had to say to so many people who were like degrading the game and tearing it to bits and pieces that, hey, man, you should try Atlas Rises. It really changed the game. You know what I mean? So, and it did. We all know that. Atlas Rises fundamentally changed the game, man, almost from ground up. It's amazing. And that's not doing it for people. They don't care. They don't care. It's still 2016 for them. That's Atlas Rises can't even speak for itself. Oh, sorry, Ron. No, go ahead, buddy.
But I really hope, when I understand when next comes, they will show a trailer, and I really hope that the trailer can convince the Xbox people, like, hey, wait a minute, this looks way different than what I remember from 2016, and I really hope they will give it a chance, and that they're really gonna like it, and yeah.
I hope so. I think the best medicine right now to get it to sell. And Pol makes a good point. Pol PC makes a good point. I don't think they're worried about day one sales. I don't know. 505, Xbox seems really happy that they're getting this. And I don't know, man. It's just such a strange situation all the way around, from the fact that it's coming to Xbox after 2 years, and the fact that we got the WARE going. And it just, I think the best medicine is to advertise. PG Gamer, or Peaceful Gamer, what's going on, buddy? And we got LPlays in the chat. LPlays. Oh my God, what's up, dude? Yeah, I think the best medicine is an updated trailer. I really do. I mean, I think that's look. Okay. If, I don't know. I think an updated trailer is what's needed. I really do. Stay on the call here, JC. If you got time, I'm going to go ahead and get some more people on here. We're going to get TJ and Panda and see if we can get a little party going. And as Gold and Silver mentioned, the typing on the keyboards.
Oh, and hi, brother. I see my brother in the chat right now. Hey, bro.
Oh, yeah, you are Godsmack.
My real
What's going on, buddy?
What's up?
Yeah, you are Godsmack's a good guy, dude. Okay, we're trying to get... Okay, we got TJ on the call. TJ, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing awesome. How about you?
Doing great, man. Doing really good. What brings you on the show, dude?
Well, I just had a few things to talk about. One, I made a comment. I've been looking at a couple things on YouTube. I saw Watch Mojo released a video of the top 10 most disappointing games of the 2010s. And there's multiple things wrong with that. Firstly, it's not the end of the 2010s yet, of course. But they had No Man's Sky at number 3, and then I went through the comments and I saw a lot of Destiny players giving, because they had Destiny on the list too, but they gave Destiny a pass because they had fixed the things with Taken King and all the DLCs, and they're not giving No Man's Sky a pass, even though they're doing it for free. And I just think that's total bull, that you'd give a game a pass for like paying $150 for it for being fixed, and you can pick up No Man's Sky right now for $20, and they fixed everything from the beginning and added everything that they said they were going to add from the beginning for free. So that's, I don't know.
You see, the difference with Destiny and No Man's Sky is Destiny was selling you a game under the assumption that it was going to be fully done for $60, right? And not to mention all the other issues with disc lock content and all that other stuff. But the difference with Hello Games is they actually said it wasn't going to be done. No, it's not going to be done when they released it, And the difference is Destiny's giving you the rest of the game. Yes, they fixed it, but you had to pay for it.
Exactly. And then second part is more with the No Man's Sky convention. I sent you a picture of I built a convention center, and I don't know if you want to have it, the No Man's Sky convention at it, but I could build a convention center on a planet that actually is like E3, a planet E3 from the demo Sean did at E3 2015. So if I'll send you portal coordinates after this if you want to come check it out. And then
I won't be able to right after this subcast.
Yeah.
Real quick, I want to give a shout out to Boondock Games is in the chat. What's up, Boondock? Everybody, hashtag Boondock. Thank you for coming out, bud. I appreciate it. Go ahead, Ben.
And then third was just a kind of an idea for when we should do the convention. Maybe June 21st is a little bit of a memory for when it was supposed to launch and it got delayed. Just a little thought.
Oh, I'm sorry. Say that one more time, buddy.
Just an idea for when the convention should happen, June 21st.
June 20.
Like when it was supposed to, when No Man's Sky was
I see what you're saying.
Launch.
Yes. I've actually thought about that. Yeah. That's super close to the June 29th. Maybe that's a possibility. I was thinking somewhere along the weekend, close to the 16th, but I think your idea is a little bit better.
Yeah. I don't know what all we're planning other than just meet up and hang out for a little bit in the game. But other than that, I don't know what we're planning.
Yeah, I've got a list of things that we're going to be doing. I don't want to mention them just yet because I got to get some other people involved, some other YouTube content creators. And I got some exciting things. Just don't want to mention them yet in case I can't do that because Oh, because I'm still waiting on Allison Smith. So we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. And then lastly, I was just going to say, I uploaded a video. I know you saw it, and I don't know if you'd watched it yet, but it was just wanted to say, I know you put it on watch later, but I don't know if you watched it yet.
Oh, yes, I did. Your video. Oh, man, it was amazing. Spot on, dude. Amazing. Did I retweet it? I thought I retweeted it. Maybe it didn't work.
Oh, no. No, that's fine.
All right. I'll definitely retweet it after the show here. Just amazing. Okay, so we're going to get, let's see. Going to get our friend LpoLi1622. LpoLi1622 is going to be on the show today, guys. LpoLi1622, what's up, dude?
How's it going, man?
It's going good, man. It's going good. Listened to your video last night.
Yes, what did you think?
It was great. It's great. I can't believe how crazy people are going with, I mean, when I first seen that, I don't know if it's because I've known Saoirse for like years, right? So I've known about his art. So that was just obvious to me. But the whole thing was obvious that it was all fake.
I think a big part of the confusion was anyone who hasn't signed up and seen those emails had no idea what was going on. So when these images started going around for people that hadn't seen the update email saying this is one of the submissions that's been chosen, they were kind of like, oh, this looks like No Man's Sky. This has got to be a leaked screenshot or something. And then people just latched onto that. Yeah, but it was pretty crazy. It was kind of weird on Twitter when he so I was kind of telling people that I'd spoken to him and I can promise you this is like his project and it's not actual Hello Game stuff. And people were kind of saying, sure, yeah, okay, whatever. And then like even when he started commenting saying like, I promise you this is like really old fan made stuff that I've been doing for a long time, people still just don't believe him. And I'm like, you've got the guy telling you himself, like, it's crazy.
Yeah. Morgan Bill is trying to get onto the call, I believe, and he's trying to call one of the old groups. Morgan, if you could hear me, just message me individually, and then I'll add you to the call, bud. LpoLi1622, I'm glad you're on the show. I want to talk about WARE for a second.
Yes.
I mean, we could explain everything that's going on, right? We could say, okay, it's part of the ARG. Okay, we can explain that. We can explain, guys, these are all fake games. We can explain that all day. We could prove it. And we could explain what's going on with the updates on the Waking Titan console. What's in the WARE email. We could explain all that. But there's none of it. None of us can actually explain what WARE is.
No.
None of us. It's like...
Yeah, it's crazy. And the fact that it was on the next teaser trailer as well, still kind of nagging in my mind a little bit. Maybe that was just a nod to like to Waking Titan, so people in the know understand it. But putting it on that official trailer was kind of like, that seems pretty legit. Like, what's going on?
See, okay, yeah, exactly. See, that's the thing that I have. That's an actual advertisement for a relaunch to a whole console, right? Of people who don't even. There's people in our community that get confused what's going on with the ARG. They don't understand it,
Sure.
So
when that trailer dropped, you had IGN, everybody sharing it. People that have no idea what Waking Titan is, everyone is seeing that. So I'm kind of surprised more people from outside haven't been like, oh, what was that? What does that mean? Right. I was kind of expecting a bit more confusion around it, but I don't know. I guess people have just missed it.
Yeah, I was listening to a podcast last night. Some guys that they're not No Man's Sky fans, but they have like this Sony PSVR channel where they do podcasts on PSVR games and things like that. And they even brought up No Man's Sky, and they brought up the fact that WARE was that the VR was down at the bottom, and they were sitting there arguing with each other. One guy was saying it's going to be VR. That's what that means. And the other goes like, I don't think so. And he goes, well, you know what? Well, check this out. There's a tweet from Sean Murray where it said hex code transferred into Morpheus. What do you think PSVR was called back in the day? It's called Morpheus. So it's like even people outside of our community are starting to talk about how No Man's Sky is going to be VR compatible. You know how dangerous that is?
Yeah. So I said from day one, as soon as we first saw that WARE website, I've always stuck to there's no way they've chosen that. I know that's not real technology, but the comparison to VR and the way of drawing that link is so clear that they have to have not done that by accident. They just can't have.
The Peaceful Game in their chat says mentioning WARE on next teaser was just a way to get people into the ARG. I don't think so, because you got Xbox people who are not going to be getting an Atlas level 4 pass. You know how jealous that they're going to be? You know what I mean? It's like here's an ARG that the Xbox players aren't going to fully benefit from the way that we have, the PC community and the PS4 community. So I consider that more than anything, I guess, that it was put down there on the bottom to get people involved in the ARG. But I don't know, man. Okay. Then you got people, and then you see these emails where they're talking about sending out real dev kits. Are they going to send you just something that they made from parts that they got at a thrift store, or parts that they got at the local junkyard, and just send it in a box and give it to you, or what?
For the dev kit stuff, I was kind of thinking that if they give something out, it might be similar to what they've done with like Atlas passes, like some sort of cool memento rather than something genuine. But yeah, I do think if at this point, after all of this stuff going on, if they don't add some sort of VR at some point, maybe not with next, but if they don't say that is going to come eventually, I think they've got themselves into some trouble for sure here.
Peaceful Gamer also says in the chat, but they can get a dev kit or a $1,000 prize. That's true. That's true. Yeah. I don't know. Harry Gibson in the chat says, "Hey Cobra, as an Xbox player, I'm kind of gutted to not get an Atlas pass." See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. It's just, I don't know, man. I just feel like this is so unorganized. It just doesn't seem organized. It's like Waking Titan can possibly get in the way of advertising for a good advertising campaign. I mean, a good one for Xbox players, because Next probably can speak for itself, but this is being marketed towards people who have buyer beware syndrome for No Man's Sky. This is a very cautious consumer base that they're going to be selling this game to, and so yeah, I really, oh God, man. I just wish I could see a good advertising campaign for this game. And I think Waking Titan is going to get in the way of that.
So the way I'd guess they're going to probably do it is similar to what we've seen before. So I think we'll get the first sort of teaser, maybe some blurry images of content through Waking Titan. I think that's got to be the first place, just to because of how long Waking Titan's been going on and people putting effort into it. That has to be the first place we get some sort of reward out of it. So I think some very basic screenshot or some sort of teaser about what's coming, and then as always they drop the trailer. Maybe this trailer has a lot more effort into it. Maybe it's like a full launch type trailer, fully redone with all the new content, and then that's what kind of they use publicly, and 505 starts pushing it with the new wording from that point on. But that's what I hope happens. If they kind of just carry on with the same wording and the same, like the back of the box is the same on Xbox and nothing really changes, then yeah, I feel like they're missing a good opportunity, especially if next is going to be anywhere near as big as we're thinking it's going to be.
Yeah. What are your we got Morgan, what's up, dude? How you doing, bud?
Hey, what's up? What's going on, Cobra?
Oh, nothing much, man. I'm just confused, and I'm getting the community here to kind of try and recalibrate my brain and think about some things, because WARE's just got me confused, man. Really does.
Yeah. It's got me confused. I mean, I kind of followed it, but I'm one of those people that just play it all the time and don't pay attention to the ARG. And then I'm like, I hope this Atlas Pass 4 doesn't do anything in game that I want to do later. But
it won't. No, it has nothing to do with the game. The reason why I'm really confused about WARE is, and I'm a little scared of it, actually. And the reason why I'm scared is because the social impact that it's got. People, going crazy about VR, and people outside of the No Man's Sky community they're talking about it. And they don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, I remember early on with all the hype and stuff that happened before the game was released, and they slightly put in pictures of, like VR headsets sitting on their desks and things like that. So it's going to be on VR. It's going to be on VR. And maybe they have been thinking about it, and I'm sure with PlayStation it was definitely a big thing that they were thinking about actually doing. But I think it was just time consuming, and I don't think they actually followed through.
I no doubt think it's going to come someday,
Right.
and maybe with next. I don't know. I mean, how?
Really,
Go ahead.
Sorry. No, I really hope so, man. I got a VR set, and it's so awesome. It's really awesome. And right now, I'm looking at my YouTube screen. I'm seeing a psychedelic Ron moving, and beside that Ron, you put up like the logo, the VR logo, you know, from Waking Titan. But I'm staring at it like for 50 minutes right now, and it really says VR to me, you know. So now we're talking, so I'm getting really hyped up again. But yeah, VR is so awesome. I mean, I own it and I play it a lot, and it really changes a game and it really puts you into the game, you know. So I can't understand people fantasizing about it, you know.
Right. We've got Panda. Panda is on the show. Hidden Panda. What is going on, dude?
Not much, man. How you doing, Cobra?
I'm doing great. What brings you on today, man? What did you of the topics that I brought up? What do you want to, or do you want to bring out something new?
I was kind of interested in what you were saying about the language in the 505 advertisement.
Yeah.
I think it's intentional.
You think so?
Yeah, I think 505, Xbox, and Hello Games all know, August of last, or 2016. They're very well aware of what transpired and how all that went down, and I think it's very specific that when they're sort of advertising the game again for a relaunch on Xbox, they're using a lot of the same language that got them in trouble, and I think it's on purpose. I think it's a sign of confidence.
I hope so. Like the other guy in the chat said that he thinks it's all just flavor text, and even if that were true, that flavor text already got him in trouble once. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
yeah,
not a smart move to use the same flavor text.
And I don't think that I don't think it is flavor text for that very reason. I think that it's very specific. It talks, like, for example, it mentions that everyone is in the same galaxy. Every player is in the same galaxy. But currently in No Man's Sky, there's like 250 something galaxies. So there's certain statements in there that are different than the game that we have right now. And then there are certain statements that are in there that resemble a lot of the pre-release statement. And so, like I said, I think that it's very intentional. I think they know what they're doing with that. And I think that it's likely that we could expect to see a lot of that. Now, obviously that's tinfoil. I'm speculating, of course, but that's just kind of my thoughts on it.
Yeah. I mean, trust me, that's on the forefront of my mind about why they're using that. It's either that or some intern put it all together, copy and paste, boom.
Well, the other thing, right, is we know they didn't want to reveal this yet, and it was going to leak, so they have kind of been rushed. And I feel like if they're going to put new advertisement together, they're probably going to wait until the update's done and they're confident about what's going to be in it first.
But who was going to leak it? If anybody was going to leak it, it was the 505 Games advertisement that went up.
Yeah, maybe.
And they're the ones that have the text. See, if it wasn't leaked,
no. So what I mean is the only reason we know about Next at all is because somebody was going to leak that Next was coming. Not what was in it, but somebody was going to leak that the new update is coming. So that's why they've probably had to come out and tell us about that and make that short teaser now, where they were planning to maybe do it in like 3 months' time. So they probably haven't had the time to put together that whole new advertising campaign with the new wording, and they probably haven't even finished the actual update yet to get to that point where they've done all their marketing again. So it might just be because they've been rushed, they've gone with the current wording for now until they update it, maybe. Possibly. Hopefully it is that all that stuff is going to be added, but I don't know. Some of the stuff in there I'm a bit skeptical about. I feel like the rotation and stuff, I feel like since that wasn't in there and the way it's gone now, like there's a lot of stuff that people want more than that. And that's quite a lot of work to implement. And I feel like, I don't know. I'm not convinced all of that stuff will be.
Well, I'll tell you this much about the orbiting planets. When he when Anthony Carboni played the game and he started killing all those animals. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Well, orbiting planets existed in that version of the game they were playing. Because if you look, when he goes to the monument and he falls asleep, there's a planet that's behind the monument. You can see it there. When you get the time lapse and it goes to daytime, the planet's gone.
Yeah.
So there was orbiting planets in, or at least rotating planets in that version. So it's just as simple as just putting it back. You know what I mean?
I don't.
Huh?
My only worry is.
I was just going to say I don't think that it was going to leak. Sort of kind of on the comment that LpoLi just said. I don't think that it actually was going to leak. I think it's actually part of their strategy. It's kind of like certain celebrities have certain tapes that quote unquote leak, but really it's just to get their name out there. I think it was a drop on purpose.
Yeah, because who was going to leak it?
I don't know if I buy the idea of Sean himself willingly lying after the reputation that he's gone through. I'm not sure I buy that. I mean, we know they've been preparing this huge distribution channel. It's going to Xbox. It's going to all of the Amazon retailers, GameStops. Like any one person along that chain just had to get wind of it, and it would have easily leaked. So I completely buy that. Somebody was going to say, "Oh, I've heard about some new stuff coming from No Man's Sky on Xbox."
Then my question is, who was going to leak it?
Well, it could be any single person in that distribution chain, like anybody who was going to be, or had been warned that they were going to be stocking new content, the people doing the boxes, the people preparing the artwork, the people doing the shipping. It could have been any single person in that whole chain.
In the world of like retail and marketing, that is a known, accepted, and assumed risk. They know that by giving people those screenshots, permission to do the artwork, manufacturing the boxes, copying the discs, sending screenshots to like PC Gamer or IGN or wherever they sent it, and things like that. Those are all risks that someone had to have assessed beforehand. So unless it was like somebody had some documentation and specifically told Sean Murray, "I'm going to leak this if you don't talk."
Yeah, maybe, or an email was forwarded to a distributor too soon, or something got to Amazon too early, or it could even be, someone was working on it on their laptop. That's happened loads of times, and they've noticed that someone's been looking over their shoulder or took a picture. That kind of stuff happens a lot. So I mean, I don't know. Yeah, maybe. True. I just don't buy the idea of them willingly lying after what they've gone through.
Well, I think they probably needed it, because if you look at even Cobra's casts, when before the date got leaked, we were talking about all kinds of stuff. We were talking about Star Wars, Star Trek, anything but No Man's Sky, really, before the update was announced. So whether or not it was going to get leaked, they needed it regardless to build up hype.
I just think from a dev perspective, from their perspective, what they had to push out was a 30-second white screen PowerPoint presentation that got absolutely trashed by loads of people. They would have much rather come out with that strong, with a really good advertisement. Here's an excellent trailer. Get really excited about this stuff and control that messaging. I feel like they've... Yeah, I get what you're saying. From our point of view, it's given us something to talk about when things are going a bit stale, but you got to think the wider world doesn't care about Wake and Titan or any of this stuff. A lot of people are going to see that for the first time and be like, yeah, great. PowerPoint presentation, good work.
If you think about what immediately happened when Sean Murray off that video clip said, "Hey, this was going to leak anyway, so let me go ahead and show you guys." It's been in the point of every conversation now for new Xbox titles. Anybody that's a No Man's Sky fan, ARG, people are relentlessly talking about it. I mean, if you think about it from an effectivity standpoint, if it was marketed on purpose by Sean Murray, it's highly effective. Would you agree? I mean,
yeah. I do kind of agree. You sound like a Corvax man. I think you're losing some connectivity there.
Yeah.
I thought that was just me. I was getting worried.
Plays. Think about it like this, though. The preparation that went in to announcing Next was part of the ARG. It was part of WARE. It was part of doing puzzles. It was strategically planned. The whole Morpheus, you had to text it to his phone so that way we can get the date and time for when he was going to announce something, right? So it was very strategic to get to the point to where Sean tweeted about Next.
Yeah, so my kind of view on that is I think that's probably another reason that explains why Waking Titan has some of the stuff it's been doing. Some of the updates have kind of been almost like filler, not much happening with them. It's kind of ticking along, and I feel like Waking Titan was supposed to be the lead up to the first teaser for Next, and then we get another PDF at the end of it that tells us, and then a trailer drops, and then it goes public. And I feel like they've had to kind of skip that, do it publicly, and now they're having to fill in some bits of the ARG to keep it going for a while until they can give us the full trailer. Maybe, I don't know. I could be wrong. This could be part of their overall plan was to leak it and do it that way. But I mean, why leak it and why not just do it that way themselves and say, here's a very, very early teaser. You know, loads of companies just drop a title as a teaser really early on if you want to start building the hype very soon. So they could have just done that without saying it was going to leak. I don't know. I just feel like it would be risky for them to lie.
You're right, and you're right. You're 100% right. And whenever you say that, it brings me back to reality. And I think, yeah, you're right. If he got caught lying again, even if it was for fun, it would backfire completely.
It'd be a bad move. Bad move for sure.
We got a new caller. See, you're using a real first name. What do you want me to call you, bud?
You just call me Michael.
Michael, okay. Michael, it's awesome to have you on the show, bud. What brings you on, dude?
Well, I've been watching you for a long time, and I just thought it'd be good fun to call in.
Awesome, man. It's a pleasure to have you on the show, dude. Some of the things that we've been talking about WARE, about advertising, about the 505 games text, things like that. Do you have anything you want to add to that, or did you want to bring a new topic up?
Well, I don't know so much about the advertising. It's always a little bit kind of confusing because you have the ARG, which is both kind of presenting in-game lore as well as kind of meta commentary. So like the WARE stuff, it screams to me that this is some kind of VR thing, but it also sounds like we're getting some pretty serious Corvax lore as well. Because there's so much about simulation theory, and I really think that they're talking about that we kind of set things up with Emily and the Atlas, and now we're building on leading into understanding all of these different races. Because at the end of the first part of Waking Titan, you're kind of like, how does this really... I mean, okay, so that's Atlas, but why then do we have the Corvax and the Gek and the Viking? What's going on? And I kind of feel like that's where we're going.
Yeah, so at the end of Waking Titan, we're left to kind of fill in the blanks for ourselves by saying, okay, so Emily, she's the Atlas. She creates the simulation. Okay, so what then? Now, when you brought up a good point with WARE about the Corvax. So I've either thought about two different scenarios with WARE. Three. The last being VR. First being that's how we, as humans, got into the simulation and were controlled by Emily, and we can't get out, right? So either that, or like you mentioned, maybe the Corvax lore, maybe this is the beginning of the conversions.
Yeah, there's an interesting bit of in-game lore that you get in the abandoned buildings that talks about whoever we is, I assume it's human beings, but you never know, wanted to understand the Sentinels, and so they tried to take them apart, and what ended up happening is that the Sentinels and whoever we are fused together, and that's the Corvax.
Yeah. Man,
there's some good stuff in there.
I think once the dev kits, or whatever it is that they want to send out, we'll know more. I
think so.
We're 4 days away. They dropped a date saying there was a 4/28 date, and so we're 4 days away from that. That was in one of the emails.
I missed that.
Yeah, it's one of the emails. 4/28. or maybe it was on the Discord. I think it was in one of the emails.
What if with the WARE prototype or whatever they're going to send in 4 days, what if that is like a fake Oculus Rift or something, and it has a demo of like where you can walk around in a No Man's Sky space station? What if it works in some way?
Oh, that'd be sweet. I highly doubt it, but that would be really cool.
Yeah.
Jacob, guys, real quick, I want to welcome Jacob to the show. How you doing, bud?
I'm fine. Can you guys inform me about the entire Waking Titan thing? Like, what is Waking Titan?
Uh-oh.
No, he knows. Jacob knows what Waking Titan is.
Yeah, I do.
What's going on, man? What's your thoughts on WARE?
Yeah, it just means VR.
Yeah, you're still sticking with that, huh?
Well, yeah, it does. I just think it does.
You don't think it's just
VR with, like, you know, if they're promoting VR and then also releasing on Xbox, and I know right now Xbox doesn't have that planned partnership with Oculus or anything right now. I don't think they're doing VR, so I'm wondering how that would actually fit in the re-release on Xbox. You know, they're pouring all their time into that.
Well, the Xbox version would just not have VR then, wouldn't it?
I would assume. Yeah.
Yeah, or there maybe could be some type of VR coming, because I'm reading the chat right now, and Paradise DK was talking about the WARE and VR. Can we put those together, like wearing VR? You know, there's a secret message maybe. And also in the chat he said, how about the V? It's blending into the A in the logo. You know, the second letter, the I, is also coming together with the R, and it looks like the letter A. And he says the A could also, sorry, I'll start over again. How about the V is blending into the A, so we could be looking at VR and AR. Now Vive Pro has just showcased its AR tech in VR. So could we be looking at VR and AR?
No.
So anybody? Any ideas? Could it be that maybe in the future...
Yeah, I think what they're going to come out with first is like a VR mode. Like, you know how you have the photo mode? I think they're going to make it so that during that mode, you'll be able to use VR to explore that bubble, you know, in space.
Ambient mode.
I'm not sure if the processing right now is up to the task for, you know, what they have right now.
Well, Peaceful Gamer is saying he's disagreeing with me that WareSite is no different than Superlumina Myriad. I know. No. I don't know if I've explained myself incorrectly. I don't think WARE has anything to do with VR. I don't. It's like, I agree with you, Peaceful Gamer. That's what I've been saying all along. I think it's about lore, and I just gave two, scenarios that it's either leading to the convergence or it's leading to us being stuck inside No Man's Sky. The third being the possibility of VR. Yeah, it's in the back of my mind, but it's like 0.1%. I don't believe that has really anything to do with VR. Would it be cool? Yeah. Do I want it? Yes, I definitely want it. I just don't think it is. I mean, there's so many potential ways that this whole situation could backfire. Do you guys not agree?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
With the 505 game text, and people outside of the No Man's Sky community that don't even play it are talking about VR. And I mean, it's just like, oh my gosh, this is going to get...
Sean, he controlled the message. So let's say that it was about to leak. Sean came out and controlled the message and said, hey, I'm going to go ahead and announce this, right? Because it was about to leak, like you and LpoLi's talked about. So he sees all this VR chatter. He sees all this talk of VR. He sees all these different things going around. He sees people developing all this hype. If people are drawing the wrong conclusions, would it not be safe to assume that he would get out ahead of that message as well?
Likely, yeah.
No.
I think so. I think he would have said something.
Yeah.
He doesn't want more drama. We all know he doesn't.
Right.
Hey, guys. I don't think he'd give away clues about what's coming.
Guys, we've got a special guest on the show. Here is the elusive Venture Unknown, Saoirse. What's going on, buddy?
Hey guys, what's
So
going
this
on?
is the gentleman that everybody
Thanks
was
for having
chatting
me,
about.
Cobra.
Oh no problem, dude, man. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. This is the gentleman that had all the pictures that everyone was sharing, saying leaked images of Next. And this is Saoirse. This is Venture Unknown. That was
Great
pretty,
art, man.
Yeah, dude.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah. No, it was a pretty surreal experience.
It really was, man. I was so excited when I saw the email and I saw your pictures on there, and I'm like, yes. And you were messaging me. You're like, Saoirse is like, can you see this? Does it look the same for you? Is it just generated for me only?
That was my initial reaction. And yeah, I've actually been sharing quite a few artworks to Cobra since a while. So it's pretty funny. And in general, actually.
Yeah. You've been having me confused.
Yeah, I actually wanted to yeah.
You're cutting out, Saoirse.
No, it's sorry, my internet is not so great. I'm quite far away. I'm here in Bangkok, Thailand, actually.
Ooh, yeah, that's far away.
Indeed. Yeah, I mean it's pretty crazy. You know what I found interesting regarding this whole event, right? Was that when you look at the two other websites, it's interesting because those websites were sort of created with the ARG very much in mind, right? The guys included cryptic messaging from the start and everything, and my website was completely different because it was an actual freelancer artist's website, right? So it was interesting to see why whoever behind that email chose to showcase those three highlights. Sorry.
Exactly. And a lot of people are making that connection, thinking that the 3 games that were chosen so far has something to do with the update. And that's a definite possibility that we could read between the lines of the ones that they've chosen to kind of understand what's possibly next. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, and I agree with you. And I think LpoLi kind of mentioned something like that on his video last night, didn't you?
Yes,
yeah,
indeed.
I did. Yeah, there's a couple of bits of wording.
Oh, hey.
How's it going, Saoirse? A couple of bits of wording that would potentially fit very well with stuff that we've speculated about before. So I could see that as a possibility. But just based on how cool those 3 submissions are and the artwork, Saoirse, your stuff's obviously amazing. But I could totally also believe that they were just picked because they're really freaking sweet submissions. So I don't want to read too much into it, just in case. But yeah, that's definitely possible.
Right, of course.
I can tell you this much, with how vague everything is right now, it's a cesspool. It's begging us. It's like a breeding ground for speculation. It's
that was the other thing, right? So the other thing I talked about in that video was that normally there's the way the ARG works. There's a reason behind everything they do, or a clue, or a hint. Sometimes we don't notice it until afterwards, but there's always kind of something in there why they're doing this. So that could make sense as yes, there's the fan submissions. The reasons they're being picked is because they tie in nicely with clues about what's coming in next. So that could definitely be possible. The other thing I was thinking is that obviously there's Hello Labs, and this one's probably more of a stretch, but maybe if a really good idea and a concept for a game using ProcGen gets submitted, they might pick that up as a Hello Labs project and work with the person that created it to try and maybe put a prototype together or something like that.
Right.
That's
and
very
you
funny.
could consider the possibility that maybe that they're the only ones that were really any good.
Hello,
Harry.
Yeah, that's true.
What's going on, buddy? How you doing, bud?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks. Yeah, just really want to join in and just give my opinion. As
hi.
I'm sorry, Saoirse. Hold on, buddy. I can hear you, man. Where brings you on the show? Saoirse, I'm going to come right back to you. What brings you on the show, Harry?
I just want to kind of talk about how being an Xbox user and how that I've kind of looked in from the outside for a bit, and I just wanted. It was weird though, because at the start I was expecting No Man's Sky looked too good to be true, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
and then
yeah, it did.
On the release, I was getting these such bad negative comments from different people saying like it's awful. But as I followed it over the years and not been able to play it, I kind of like had a whole different opinion to what's really going on.
And what's your opinion, bud? Like, how do you see things?
It's definitely an amazing game now, where it stands right now. And comparing it to where it was on release, I didn't think it was that bad on release. But, I mean, with all the ARG stuff, it's just unbelievable now. It's like a whole
So you've been following the ARG?
Yeah, I've been having a little look. But I also wanted to talk about, you know, the 3 new games that they listed.
Okay, go ahead.
This second one, I think it was made by the company, was like WARE. And there was a support comment thing at the bottom, so I typed in just for fun, just to see if I could get a reply. And I think on my email it said something like, "Thank you for showing interest in this game," and stuff like that. It was really bizarre. So I just wonder if that's anything to. I'm just trying to find the email here now, but it was just really interesting because I totally wasn't expecting a reply.
Well, okay, I don't know if you've been following too much. Those games are all fake.
Yeah, I understood that part.
Okay.
Can I just say something?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I actually reached out to those creators and they just agreed 100% that they were fans as well, just submitting artwork. I mean, submitting their work, just like myself, right?
Right.
So, I mean, all of this, but it doesn't change the fact that maybe these projects are still stuff we are looking to work on and are stuff that we're looking to develop. But I mean, it's interesting. It's it's floating in the levels of like fictional and non-fictional. That's what's weird with this whole ARG selection, selecting them. Yeah.
On that note, I've been wondering for some time if maybe some of what's going on with the ARG isn't I don't know what you call it, market research. Because there's a lot of questions in the surveys about, what kind of things do you like? What are you interested in? And I'm like, they are asking me what to do with their game. I could be wrong, but I kind of wonder about that.
Yeah, very true.
I mean, I think there's a little bit of that, definitely, from all their interactions so far.
Yeah, the questions are so vague.
Harry, the third game on there, Venture Unknown, we actually have the creator on the call here.
Oh, nice.
Right here. Hey.
Hey, nice.
We're going to add, this could be a last caller. Go ahead, bud.
Oh, I had a question, because we're talking about the VR and that the engine isn't capable, and with the next that it may be too much for the engine. Do you think they are still making the game on the Havoc engine, or is there a possibility that they maybe switch to another engine behind the scenes when they're updating to next, or is that a no-go?
That I'm not entirely sure of. I don't think they would switch to a different engine, but they could probably just improve the engine that their game is on. I don't know. That's interesting to think about, though.
Yeah, because the game sometimes, when even you're not going totally crazy, you can see that the engine has troubling, like frame rate and stuff. And just thinking when next is even more better, can the engine handle it all, or?
Yeah. No, I agree with you, and it's probably a possibility. We got a new caller on the show. You're using your first name on Skype, and I don't want to say it unless you don't want it known. What do you want to be known as, dude?
You can just call me Andy.
Andy? Andy, nice to meet you, bud. Yeah. Thank you for calling into the show, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. As a long-time subscriber, long-time listener, appreciate the spot.
Awesome, buddy. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. What brings you on today?
Well, I just wanted to touch on a bit of on the WARE. I'm with you on the fact that I think is just part of the ARG. Right. I think once the dev kits are going to be sent out, we'll know a little bit more. I wanted to ask you, do you really think, how much of a physical aspect are the kits going to be?
I don't know. See, that's where I'm confused, man. I'm surprised that they're going to be sending out any dev kit. You know,
same here.
I don't know, dude. I really don't know. The WARE thing confuses me. I don't know if they're really going to send something out or not. But you know, now they threw the $1,000 check in there, and I don't know how like the laws on prizes or anything like that. But when you run a contest, aren't there some kind of laws that you have to deliver on that?
I would imagine
there's also taxes that you have to pay, you know, for whatever government that you're located in. I'm pretty sure that there's taxes involved with that.
No, I mean, aren't they obligated at this point that they have to deliver a $1,000 check to somebody?
Oh yeah, I'm sure they do have some bylaws that state that they have to. Now that they've made that promise, now that they have to deliver it on it.
So does that work for the dev kit as well?
That's one of my biggest questions. Is you know,
so
is that part of the dev kit?
Could somebody get some headband that they got at a dollar store? You know, that Allison Smith or Hello Games made a headband from a dollar store and sent it to somebody, and somebody opens up and it's obviously not a dev kit. Now are they held legally obligated to sending something that's not true in the mail? I mean,
the dev kit could be anything, right? It could just be a little box of goodies that they
didn't make it
develop a kit, you know. So it could just be like the Atlas Pass type stuff, like some cool memorabilia that they put in.
Yeah.
Well, I would like for them to actually deliver on the rest of the Atlas passes. I'm not sure if all 10,000 of them have been sent out, but I know I signed up for it. I haven't gotten one, so I'm sure there's a bunch of other players that haven't gotten one as well. It's nice that the Xbox community is being involved with this, with the WARE activities, but since there are only going to be a handful of kits, it's not going to be like the Atlas passes where they're sending out mass quantities.
Do you think that's what the development kit might be, though? A few more Atlas passes?
Somebody in the chat actually said something really interesting earlier, and I can't remember who it was, but they said, what if all the new game cases come with Atlas passes for the Xbox?
Wow.
Oh, that would be
Cobra.
No, that would be cool for them, but it would be tormenting for the rest of the community. True. I think it would be the community. I think.
Still haven't got mine.
I think Hello Games.
I'd finally be able to get one.
Drama. I will purchase one, even though I don't have an Xbox. I will purchase one just for the pass.
I'm going to buy one anyway, even if there is no pass in it. I got to have everything that they produce for No Man's Sky. I'm an addict. I got to have it.
I pre-ordered mine for the collection.
Yeah, Jacob?
You should get your PC repaired so you can play Sea of Thieves. It's a pretty good game. I played it right now, actually. Yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah, I want to play it. I think my PC can actually handle it. Maybe.
No, let's not get ahead of ourselves, Cobra. Your PC looks so bad.
Shut up. Shut up, Jacob.
Hey, Cobra, I got to bail.
Okay, buddy. Hey, man, it was awesome having you on the show, dude.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Okay. Bye, bro. Stay safe.
All right, I'll see you. Thanks.
Guys, we're going to probably end the show here at in about 8 minutes. What's up, buddy?
Oh, sorry, a little correction. I was looking into chat and somebody said that the Havoc isn't an engine; it's a dynamic engine. It's only for the physics, and that Sean built his own engine, so maybe he can customize it. So
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like a module.
Hey,
so I don't know.
Go
ahead, bud.
Oh yeah, sorry. No, I was going to say I just saw this news or this post out for a new game. It's actually an old game. I don't know how many of you have played Star Control back in the day. Anybody?
No, but I did see that you tweeted or you tagged me in something.
Yeah. It is actually a game that was back in the 90s. This was like one of the first like open world space exploration resource gathering games ever made. And it was probably what got me interested in these games like No Man's Sky and stuff like that. And it's now being re-released by the dev in a new format called Star Control Origins. It's kind of a simplistic game. It's still the same format, but just updated graphics. But I wanted to mention that, and then also before I head out, did you hear the news, or at least the leaks about Starfield and Bethesda?
Yeah,
I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to talk about that.
I know, because you know what they're going to do at E3. They're going to do exactly, I believe, they're going to do exactly what they did with Fallout, and they're going to say, "Yep, coming out this fall, our new IP," and they're going to, and it's going to be crazy, probably.
Yeah,
I can't wait. I can't wait to see what they're going to do with it, though. I mean, Sean Murray started this. You know what I mean? So we're going to see where this road goes.
Yeah.
Now, see, the funny thing about that is that Elder Scrolls 2 Daggerfall had a procedurally generated world space. Now, it didn't look anything nearly as good as No Man's Sky, but this is old tech.
It was still pioneers in the procedural tech. Yeah,
they are, though, because they made a universe. I mean, multiverse even, and so I'm excited to see how it's kind of being taken up by other developers now.
Definitely.
I just hope EA doesn't do typical EA stuff to it.
I think from what I heard on that, it was going to be. It sounds quite interesting to me because it's going to be much more of a kind of hybrid. So they're going to have a lot of handcrafted, detailed main areas, and then there'll be other planets or regions that are purely procedurally generated. So that kind of like fleshes out the game and gives you more places to go and explore. But you'd also have the real detail that you'd expect with a Bethesda game in the main areas. So it sounds interesting to see how that would work, like how they blend the two without making it so that you're in a really cool area and then you go to one of the procedural areas and you're like, oh, this is not as good. So yeah, it'd be cool to see how they pull that off.
Yeah. I mean, you got Beyond Good and Evil 2. That's a handcrafted game aided by procedural generation. So it's planets that appear to be bigger than No Man's Sky's planets. I mean, these things are massive.
Yeah,
and
No Man's Sky planets aren't life size, actually.
Well, they are life size. There's really tiny planets out there in the universe.
We have to thank No Man's Sky for sparking the interest again. I mean, in the space genre.
Yeah, but Jacob's right. They're not Earth size, but
yeah,
I see what you're saying, Jake.
They're quite small. Because I remember quite a while back, someone went into the game's code and they found that the planets are 300, on average, 300 times smaller than Earth. And the person created a mod out of it, which was pretty cool. So
that's cool. But yeah, Beyond Good and Evil 2 is, it's going to be a third-person RPG space opera type game where it's got large procedurally generated planets, but they only use the procedural generation so they can get the size, right? So they can get the landscape. Then they're going to go in and they're handcrafting. They're building these handcrafted cities, these large cities that are multi-layered, have poor areas, rich areas. You could go into buildings. It's like they called it GTA in space. So
sounds too good to be true, to be honest.
I think they could pull it off. I mean, they showed the demo and it works. He played it live on the camera.
As long as they don't pull a Mass Effect.
Have they committed to current gen PS4 launch for that, Cobra? Or are we potentially looking at... Yeah,
they did. But I have a feeling that it's not going to be. I mean, that's just one of the things that they're going to say. Eventually, it's like, well, it's going to be on next gen, guys. Oh well. We tried to get it out before, but I think it's better to wait. So that way you get a better game. I don't think anybody would argue with that.
Cobra.
No, definitely not.
They've been fairly quiet the last couple of months, I feel.
Oh, they're going to be at E3. They're gonna do something. So I think here's my prediction. They've been talking a lot about the city of Ganesh, and they've been showing some pictures on Instagram of like unrendered city that looks like they're building in Blender. And they said the entire team is working on Ganesh all at the same time. That's all they're doing is working on Ganesh right now, so that the way they can make it as real of a city as possible. but I think they're going to showcase that at as a demo at E3. What's up, Jacob?
You should get a PS4 Pro. Yeah, that's it.
Why? I can't. Well, for one.
Yeah, I agree with Jacob. I have one. I purchased one a few months ago. No Man's Sky looks amazing on it.
Really?
It's pretty dope.
I have no complaint.
It's worth it.
Yeah, I'd run it. They're definitely the way to go.
I would say yes, it's worth it.
Yeah, or you could get a PC instead. You know, which is like 3 times better.
And more than 3 times the price if you want 4K 60 frames.
Okay, sure.
I'm about to build a mega PC, so I'm looking to drop about $8,000 on that.
Okay, wait. Let's not be
Wait.
What? Are you actually being
LPlays,
serious?
are you aware of the current graphic card prices with like the miners? Cryptocurrency
Yeah,
miners.
and I don't see that going away anytime soon. So
Wait, are you
I'm
actually
just
going to build a computer that costs that much?
Yeah. It's
Well,
not as
that's
it's not
ridiculous.
as it's not as huge a problem for me. I'm okay on that front.
Yeah, why are you spending £8,000? That's ridiculous. Just learn how to build a computer and then build your own for like $2,000. That'd be equal to that much.
I'm going to build it myself. So I'm going to have an i9 Extreme, probably 2 1080 Ti's, 2 1080 sorry, or 2 Titan X's. I'm just going to build an absolute monster of a machine.
LPlays is going to have this thing in his bedroom that's going to look like he stole it from the NSA. It's going to look like he ripped it right off of a Death Star and and put it in his bedroom. It's going to have lights. It's going to look like a UFO. It's going to have like liquid going in and out of it with like a toaster on the side and stuff.
Yeah, so I'm going to use it every day. I know you don't have to spend anywhere near that much money to get a good PC, but I can and I want to, and it's something I'll get my money's worth out of easily. So
just don't forget the espresso maker. Gotta have that.
Yeah, gotta have it.
No. LPlays, how much like room do you have? How much like clear room do you have in your room? Because you might be able to get like VR.
Yeah, I've got a room just for my YouTube stuff, so I've got plenty of space.
Okay. Because you can have VR. Yeah, you should buy the HTC Vive Pro as well.
That's the one you have to put like the brackets up around the room and stuff, right?
Yeah.
That does look pretty cool. I need something to sell me on VR because the idea seems really cool, but there's just no like really meaty games that are appealing to me.
Okay.
Have you tried Super Hot?
Yeah, I've tried Super Hot.
Yeah, Super Hot's cool. Super Hot's cool, but it's not like it's one of those, I don't know, short burst kind of games, right?
Of course, it's an experience. Yeah.
Have you tried War Data? War Data,
I know what you mean.
That's a good game. War Data, that's a good game. Job Simulator, that's a good game as well. You should get VR.
Skyrim, VR, no.
Yeah,
VR.
I use VR. Can I just say something actually? Like in the artwork that was featured for Venture Unknown, what's funny is that a lot of the models were sculpted in VR actually.
Oh.
Nice.
just get
you
VR.
should have put that in your submission as like an extra reason for
It is actually.
Oh, nice.
I mentioned yeah.
All right, guys.
Quick question about VR. Oh, never mind.
No, go ahead, buddy. Go ahead, please.
This is going back to something you said a few weeks ago, saying that with VR it takes a huge amount of resources to actually be able to capture the entire surrounding 360 degrees. Does Hello Games have those resources to be able to do that while still maintaining the same scale on the game as we have now?
What? I don't understand that question.
Yes.
I'm not sure.
They do have those resources.
Again,
yes. PS4 Pro with the VR system on PS4, it's just using old PS3 tech with light sensors and stuff like that. It's not doing anything particularly robust. There is no reason why PS4 Pro couldn't efficiently run VR.
Well, No.
Is that what he's asking?
For Hello Games to be able to capture. I know they have ambient mode, so I know maybe that's going to be part of the VR if there is VR in No Man's Sky. but do they have the resources to be able to capture VR in the game that we currently have?
Oh, in the
whole
entire
gameplay,
normal
yeah.
gameplay of the game.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd imagine so. Yeah.
At this
I don't
point,
think
they have the
currently-
resources. I'm not sure they have the time.
Currently, I don't think it will with it is right now. But if the speculation is that they got another build of the game that we haven't seen yet, that maybe they've been working on ever since they released it in 2016, which is my speculation that they have a different build that they've been working on all along, and they've been releasing these updates, which is kind of strange. All the updates that we got, there's an interview that was released. I posted it in one of my videos that Sean Murray literally told us what the future updates were going to be before the game was released. In an interview.
I saw that. I actually saw that after 1.1 was released, because it just only details what happens in the Foundation update, and I found it after the Foundation update.
Yeah,
I completely missed that until Cobra posted it a few weeks ago.
Isn't that crazy? I did a video.
I think.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I did a video. I think like more than 6 months ago, with a transcript that he basically broke down base building, owning freighters, and exocraft, and multiplayer like before the game even actually launched.
Yeah.
So he had a roadmap already for it.
Oh yeah.
And new cloud rendering technology, which we still haven't got.
Right. That too. And he also mentioned submarines.
patch,
He mentioned submarines in that same interview as well, or talk.
Oh, that would be nice.
You guys aren't true Nomad Sky
that's to look
fans.
forward
You guys aren't true Nomad Sky fans. You haven't watched all of the interviews 3 times, so yeah.
Okay, guys, we're gonna go ahead and shut it down. I gotta go get my new to me car, put in my name, so then I'm gonna come back, take a little short nap, and get ready for the late night show. And because that's going to be a 3-hour show, we're going to bring these topics up again, but I'm going to go more in detail on some of them. And maybe I'm tired right now, so maybe I'll have a better mind, sharper mind to be able to explain myself better on some of the things. But if you guys want to come back on the show, you guys are always welcome to come on the show. If I don't respond to you, spam me like crazy. Jacob?
Yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah. Jacob, if I don't see
thanks for having me on, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. It's been a pleasure having you on, dude.
And regards from Godsmack. I had to say that. So regards from my brother, and thank you for inviting me. And I hope to join again in a future show.
Oh, definitely, man. Be a pleasure if you do. That's for sure. Jacob, I don't normally look at the computer, so I don't know you're calling. So do like you just did, in the chat saying that you're trying to get on the call, and I'll definitely add you, bud.
Okay. Also, PS4, the original PS4, it would be very difficult for the original PS4 to run Nomad Sky VR.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
It doesn't do VR. I think only the Pro does VR, right?
No, they don't
Only-
do VR.
I thought PSVR worked on Pro only.
No, it's
No, I
PS4
have
and
PS4
PS4
as well. Yeah.
It's both of them.
I have a standard and it works fine. It works fine.
Yeah, I have it on the original PS4. Yeah. But
Yeah. I don't know. I'm still not ready to get a PSVR yet, so I'm
you
gonna
should.
wait.
It's awesome. It's like literally
I'm with you,
revolutionary.
man.
Right.
I'm with you.
It's really fun, especially if you can catch it on sale for $200. It's totally worth it.
Yeah, it had a $100 price drop not that long ago.
Yeah, but then you still got to buy the Move controllers. That
Well, you don't have to.
You don't have to; those aren't required.
we got a
I
donation.
would save up for a PC personally, but yeah.
Hashtag cuz in the chat.
It's worth it. It's so good. It's like you're there. It just adds an entire new dimension to gaming. It's awesome. Yeah.
Well, maybe.
But maybe, you should just buy it right now. Sell your kidneys to buy it.
Shout out to Cuzwalt.
Yes, hashtag cuz in the chat. Thank you, buddy. I had to get a new car, dude. A new to me car. So I can't. Because Honda wants their car back because my lease is up, so I got to give it back.
Well, you can still sell your kidney, you know.
Did you hear about the new Toyota Camry bundle with PlayStation VR? Comes with it in the trunk.
That's wrong.
Guys,
Poor Cobra.
I implore you guys to check out the game Zerahipt. Just type in SYRSA, and you'll see it. You'll see it. It's a cool game. It's got there's some weird gameplay. This guy has been beat up so bad on the internet about his game, and I don't know why. I mean, this guy he's giving the game away for free. Why would you review a game and beat it up if it's free? What did you lose? You know, what did you lose?
Your time.
Oh, come on, man. Come on. So it's a great looking game, and I can tell you,
play video games is not that valuable.
What's that?
If you have time to play video games, it probably wasn't that valuable.
Yeah, right. But it's a great game. I can, I played it, and I'm going to download the newest update probably later tonight, so I can put that in the video. But when you're playing it, you get this weird feeling, man. Like I don't know. It's just he's done a really good job with sound effects and physics, and it's really cool. He's a great artist and musician. But I'm going to have his probably Friday. His interview is going to be up, so I can't wait. Great guy, really good guy. I will see you guys again later tonight. Thank you guys for coming on the show. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Bye bye, Cobra.
Thanks, Cobra.
Bye, everyone. Keep being awesome, LpoLi. Thank you, Cobra.
Cheers, guys.
Whoa,
Catch you later.
600 people are watching the stream.
Don't tell him the numbers.
Guys, don't forget to check out LpoLi's YouTube channel. Don't forget to check out Hidden Panda. And I'm sure we got some amazing people. Saoirse, he's got a website with all of his our link should be in the description with his link for his all of his artwork and things like that. Plus, I mean, heck, you got the email now. Just go check him out on the email. And then we've got let's see, I don't know, does anybody else have a YouTube channel?
I do.
Jacob, shout it out, buddy.
No.
Check out No on YouTube.
Did you say no?
All right, guys. I'll see y'all later tonight.
Okay,
right.
bye.
Thank you.
All right,
Cobra. Bye
Catch
bye.
you later.
All right, bye, everybody.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, no bad Sky.
And when we ship the game, not everything will be possible. And when we ship the game, not everything will be possible. And when we ship the game, not everything will be possible. And when we ship the game, not everything will be possible. And when we ship the game, not everything will be possible. But this is a game I think we're going to be making for quite a while, even after it comes out.
What's going on, Cobros? You have landed on Cobra TV, the only galactic radio station in the Euclid Galaxy.
You have these people that are going to be able to buy this game on Xbox, and they are being actively driven away by people who haven't played this game in the last year. They're going off of this whole idea that, like, Sean Murray lied in 2016, and they're still using that to steer people away from No Man's Sky. And it's an unfair criticism. We have to be louder than the people that are talking about 2016 and driving away potential, new members of our community in the Xbox crowd for something that, one, wasn't true then and is especially no longer true.